I want to figure out a way to like blend stuff together. I want to make media. I want to do a better job of media. I want to do a better job of this. I want to figure out how to splice things together. You know, I'm obsessed with watching people like Casey Neistat and his buddy Dan from South Africa who put together these videos, and they seem to somehow clip them together with little 4-second clips. And you know, it comes to you guys, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, this is so amazing. And you watch the whole thing because you can't wait to see what's up. You know, and you're like, what's next? What's next? What's next? Right? Somehow you can put in music and everybody's okay with it. You can have Jay-Z in there. You can have some unknown artists. You can have some stuff from SoundCloud. And I don't know how he does all that. I don't know how to put music together. I don't know how to make any of that stuff. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I'm also obsessed with podcasts. I want to have like a separate channel that's just podcasts. I want to do like a podcast thing myself. I want to have my own podcast. I'm obsessed with listening to podcasts. I can't get enough of them. I listen to Joe Rogan Experience with Joe Rogan. I listen to Bert Kreischer. I listen to Bert's wife's podcast, Wife of the Party. I got a one that I listen to from Perry Noble, listening to his Second Chance Church. I used to listen to a bunch more, but I don't have any time. I'm running out of time. You know, there is a realization that in life you can either create or you can consume. Create or consume. Those two things. And they take time. So I say that as a creator and as a consumer. But I do realize there's a third category even saying that. There's a creator, there's a consumer, and there's a wasting time. Wasting time is the majority of what we do, right? I mean, let's be honest. What we do is try and pass the time till the next thing. You know, I heard it said recently in a podcast that cell phones, while super convenient and we're able to look up all kinds of information, we're able to see anything going on in the world, we're able to go, you know, when we're standing in line waiting for something to happen, we can go online and we can go, I wonder what's happening with so-and-so. We can get on social media, we can be on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You know, I use Twitter to go look at news or to interact with celebrities. I can like send them a message, and every once in a while they'll retweet it or they'll send a message back, and that's kind of cool. I mean, never before in history have we been able to do that. On Facebook, I can communicate with family and friends and say, hey, what's going on? You know, I'm a firm believer in being optimistic. I'm a firm believer in, you know, take that opportunity to promote the positive. There's so much negativity in the world. You know, the idea of Facebook is supposed to be that you're able to communicate with one another on a better platform. What it's turned into is I'm on team A and you're on team B, and screw you because you're on team B. I don't like team B. Team A for the win. Go good guys. Why? What makes you team A versus team B? You know, we talk a lot about inclusion. We talk a lot about how we're supposed to all be connected, yet we spend most of our lives trying to separate each other. When you're children, people pick you up and they go, oh, look, that's so cute. And they pick you up and they kiss all over you and you oh, okay. Somewhere when you become a teenager, you start pushing people away. You're like, stop it, don't touch me, get off me, stay away. And then, you know, my mom is in healthcare. My mom told me that when people are older in life and they're reaching the end of their life, no one wants to touch them. Because to them, to the young people, when you're elderly, it's almost like if they interact with you, people feel like they're somehow understanding that their mortality is coming. And so as a care provider, she always tries to make sure that while she's saying, you know, hello and goodbye, you know, she shakes their hand, and she always puts like a hand on their arm or on their, you know, elbow or something, just to, you know, kind of engage them and say, I care about you. And that's important. It's important that we engage with one another. So here's what I'm doing, okay? Long story short, I want to start a second YouTube page, and I've decided on a name. I'm going to call it Stuff I Heard. Okay, this may also be the same name as my podcast. So as I'm saying this, I'm also saying that I have a podcast that I'm starting. It's called Stuff I Heard, and on this, I'm going to talk about things that I heard. Like most of us in life, we have things that we hear. We go, oh, you know, I heard on this podcast, or I heard in the news, or I heard on this. I'm listening, I'm consuming, but I also want to create. I also want to share. I also want to like include and bring you guys in and have a discussion and have a back and forth, because at the end of it, if we're not using this platform to interact, then why are we doing it? When I'm dead and gone, hopefully this stuff will live in the ether, and maybe my children or my children's children will look back on this and they'll say, hey, look, I know that guy. I'm related to that guy. That guy's part of me. What if my grandparents could have done that? What if they could have had some kind of outlet where they were like, you know, this is my life for what it's worth. I don't know if anybody will care, but one day somebody might click on it and go, oh, that's really cool. That's really cool that I'm related to that person. That's really cool that they experienced that. You know, we're getting that now with stuff like Ancestry.com or this, you know, 23andMe. I found out that my great-great-grandfather did this, and okay, cool. What if he had a YouTube channel? What if he had a link that you could click on and you could see his life and you could go, wow, that's part of me? Pretty fantastic. So here's my idea, okay? I want to interview people. I want to talk about their lives. I want them to share the moments in their lives that they think are special to them. I could go into a lot of tangents here and tell you about things, but that's to come. So stay tuned. There's more coming. And feel free to subscribe and write back and check out the other channel. I'm going to start it up. So, for what it's worth, thank you for watching. Everybody take care.